am going to read you some St. Patrick's Day stories. I'm going to start with The Night Before St. Patrick's Day, and that is going to be by Natasha Wing. After this story time, I am going to be posting a webisode on a little bit of history and some sort of what's true, what's not about St. Patrick's Day. And one of them you're going to be pretty interested to find. One of the facts is, should we really be wearing green on St. Patrick's Day? I hope you like that one. So without any further delay, The Night Before St. Patrick's Day by Natasha Wing. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring, except Tim and Maureen. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. Later they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun, they love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he buried his big pot of gold. Looks like they've got some good plans and their dog's gonna help them. They set all the traps round their room with great care in hopes a wee Irishman soon would be theirs. They have all kinds of traps, huh? Do you think one of them will work? The children then nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. Happy St. Patty's, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter, and what to their wondering eyes should appear. What do you see? Is that a leprechaun? But a terrible mess! A leprechaun was here. Oh my goodness. Looks like there are footprints on the bed. All over the room. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor. Those are some tiny footprints. Which led them under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then, inside a trap, they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wriggling. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny. His hand clasped a trinket so golden and shiny. He was dressed in all green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. "Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky, no lies." "I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X right in your backyard." But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had been a big trick. What do you think's gonna happen? All of the rocks have X's. What are they gonna do? Uh-oh. Happy St. Patrick's Day! Ha! I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and better luck next year. That's the end of that one. I hope you really liked it. That's one of my favorites. So now we're going to be reading Green Shamrocks by Eve Bunting. This one sounds really fun. Rabbit marked the last day of February on his calendar. Tomorrow would be March. Soon it would be St. Patrick's Day. Rabbit had a packet of shamrock seeds. "I will grow my own shamrocks for the special day," he said. "I can wear them to the St. Patrick's Day parade. But what can I grow them in?" Rabbit went looking. He found a yellow pot under a tree. "This will be perfect," he said. He rolled the pot all the way home. He filled it with earth and sowed his shamrock seeds. He clapped his paws and smiled. "They will be ready in good time for St. Patrick's Day," he said. Each day he watered his shamrocks. He moved the pot to make sure they got sun and shade. And the little seedlings grew stronger. Soon the green leaves spread across the yellow pot. "The shamrocks are ready!" Rabbit clapped his paws and smiled. "Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I will make a shamrock chain. It will be perfect." He went to bed and dreamed of the parade. But when he got up in the morning, his yellow pot of green shamrocks was gone. "Oh no," he moaned. "Did you take my yellow pot of green shamrocks?" he asked the squirrel. "No," Squirrel said. "Try Woodchuck. I saw him come out of his burrow this morning." "Woodchuck, did you take my yellow pot of green shamrocks? I need them for the parade." "No," Woodchuck said. "Try Goat. Goat eats everything. He probably ate your yellow pot of green shamrocks." "Oh no!" Rabbit closed his eyes. "Oh no!" He ran fast to Goat's house. "Goat, did you take my yellow pot of green shamrocks?" "No," Goat said. "I have a big yellow pot of green shamrocks, but they are mine. A big wind came last night. The wind gave them to me. He blew them in my open door." That sounds suspicious, don't you think? Rabbit peeked in Goat's open door. There was a yellow pot of green shamrocks on Goat's table, and a plate with a fork and a knife. "Oh no," Rabbit groaned. "You were going to eat my shamrocks?" "Indeed, no," Goat said. "I do not like green salad for breakfast. I am having this nice tin can and this chewy rubber ball. Would you care to join me?" Thanks, Rabbit said. But all I want are my green shamrocks. They are mine. I grew them all spring. But how can I give away a gift? I know. I will give you the shamrocks. All I want is the yellow pot. Goat pulled the green shamrocks from the yellow pot and handed them to Rabbit. Oh, thank you, Rabbit said. I plan to wear the shamrocks for the parade. And I plan to wear the yellow pot, Goat said. Really? Rabbit clapped his paws. We can go together. Look at Goat wearing his yellow pot. Rabbit sat at Goat's table and made his shamrock chain. He hung it around his neck. Goat perched the yellow pot on his head. How silly. They linked arms and set off. The parade was just starting. There were bands and marchers and balloons. There was a rabbit wearing a green shamrock chain and a goat wearing a yellow pot on his head. Happy St. Patrick's Day, they called out to everyone they met. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. And that's the end. That's a cute little story. In my next webisode about the history of St. Patrick's Day, I'll be talking about some of the myths and legends and lore, and actually a little bit of the real St. Patrick's Day story, which I think is pretty interesting, so I think you guys might too. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you next time.